Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to do leash work with Augie while Roxy is tethered, sort of, to the place cot. If she settles, that's awesome. If she doesn't, that's all right too. It's good practice for self-regulation. And Augie and I are going to do some leash work. Let's go. Good. So I don't want him pulling. I don't want him dragging behind. I want him staying with my pace, which he is doing pretty well with so far. Let's go. When I change directions, he needs to change directions with me. Let's go. Good. Let's go. Good job. So we're going to do leash work like this. I'm going to try to do it for about 15-20 minutes. See how he does, and then we'll switch and I'll do it with Roxy. So again, the point of leash work and the point of these slip leads is to be able to apply leash pressure, let's go, to communicate something with them. So every time there is pressure on the leash, it means he needs to give into it. Let's go. Let's go. Roxy is just watching us, which is perfect. If she doesn't choose to settle down on her own, that's all right. Self-regulation practice takes a lot of time, so I don't expect either one of them to actually relax on place today or, even this week. So when doing leash work, let's go. I would highly recommend doing this as a warm-up between or before every single walk you do. Let's go. And I would also recommend doing it separately. So I wouldn't try to do them together. That's going to be very difficult. So I would recommend walking them separately. Let's go. For a while until they both have this skill mastered. Good. So he's doing pretty good job at turning with me, paying attention to my movements, which is exactly what we want. But I know, circumstances change depending on the setting that you're in. So we're in a pretty controlled environment. We're in a backyard. There are a lot of cars going by, so it's noisy, but there's not a lot of strangers, a lot of other dogs to be distracted by, squirrels. So in other situations, I know that he might not act the same way. I also have the figure 8 lead on him, which I think is going to be very helpful for him. So I would recommend doing that every time you put a slip lead on him. And again, remember, this is our first session together. This is the first time I've ever spent time alone with Augie. Well, I've spent time alone with him, but not in a training manner. And also my first time with Roxy. So today is really going to be about introducing myself to them and also assessing them and observing their behavior separately and together. So my goals for today aren't really to actually, hone in on any training or teach them anything in particular. I don't expect them to learn much in one day, but today is very helpful for me to spend time with them and again observe how they act in different situations and how they act to my different training techniques. So he's sort of dragging behind me, which it's okay if he walks behind me. Honestly, that's kind of ideal. But I also don't want to be dragging him along, right? So he should be keeping up with my pace. And again, remember, you want the leash to be loose as long as he's walking with you. We don't want any tension in the leash as long as they're doing what they're supposed to. There should only be tension in the leash if you're communicating something to them. Good.